Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have this article talking about BRICS, talking about not BRICS, building BRICS, and talking about Saudi Arabia and United States of America. Maybe you know that Saudi Arabia indicated that they would like to join BRICS, which is an organization for the emerging economies formed by the members. The acronym is the first letter of their countries, which is Brazil, Russia, India, then you got South Africa and China. So these are the five of them, and a lot of other countries claimed and are members of BRICS. And if Saudi Arabia will join BRICS, that will be a big blow for the United States of America. And remember, the US policy is when they don't like something that another country or another leader does, their methods nowadays being in the past 30 years at least, since Soviet Union disintegrated, were threats, blackmail, and then a little regime change. And if those didn't work, then they would just invade you somehow for a reason or another, fake or true, usually the first option. So here we have Saudi Arabia, who's got a little bit in trouble lately with the United States of America because of oil output and because of the OPEC. They cut some oil production and the United States needs it, and they claim that this was done just to hurt the US economy. Well, the things come from a little bit, back in time. If you look, Biden and Mohammed bin Salman, and also the oil market is very volatile and is bad because the Western countries decided to sanction Russia. Now they want to put an oil price cap on Russian oil, and that obviously affects the whole production and the price of oil. Now you have countries that their main revenue is oil, so obviously they are very unhappy. So at one point they look at their interests and say, wait a minute, I mean, United States, you screw everybody up and you just wanted us to be what? Followers? Well, we have our own interests. And when you find a quote-unquote crazy man, in quotation marks, Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, being insulted by Biden on a few occasions, then, and it seems like he's got a big ego, he stopped answering Biden's calls. He agreed to meet Biden in Saudi Arabia. They bumped fists. They took a picture. And then he didn't follow through with what supposedly was discussed between the two, how should I put it, delegations, in order to, hey, you're gonna increase the oil output on the market, okay? And Mohammed said, yeah, I will. Biden left, shuffling, push, and this guy met with OPEC, and actually they cut the production 2 million barrels a day, which then again, the Americans started the little threats, and now it's blackmail, and probably going to move into the third option, which is a little regime change if these guys are still with the foot on the pedal. So now Saudi Arabia seems to want to join BRICS, thinking that maybe they will be under the second club's umbrella and protection. That's how it is. The first club is the one with its leader being United States of America, and the rest the weasels. And this is the second club that's forming under the leadership of Russia, if it's not destroyed in the meantime, and China, plus India, Brazil, and so on. So this article comes from Sputnik, and it's from today, the 1st of November 2022. Saudi interest in joining BRICS indicates US becoming the pariah nation, Senate candidate says. Well, you see, when the US imposes sanctions on a country, they always say, try to isolate that country. Like, for instance, they try to isolate Russia, which is an idiocracy. You can't isolate Russia. I mean, first, they have the resources, it's a big country, it has power, it has military, it has too much. But these guys are tards. So let's isolate Russia. Russia is not isolated, but the ones who isolate other people actually isolate themselves. As I explained many times before, we're 10 in the same room, and I start isolate you, I isolate you, I don't talk to you, don't talk to you, I isolate you, I don't talk to you. Eventually, you're going to be by yourself, and everybody else is going to communicate. So who's isolated? You. So the United States has about 40 weasels on this planet that pushes around, and the rest are isolated. But the rest are 143 weasels isolated. And the 40 here, they're the ones who isolated 143. You know, it's an idiocracy. Anyway, so this candidate says that Saudi Arabia's interest in becoming a member of the BRICS group indicates that the United States is becoming more isolated under the current administration. LaRouche independent Senate candidate Diane Serre told Sputnik, Saudi Arabia's interest in joining. Okay. Why is pariah nation? Because that's what Biden said about Saudi Arabia and Mohammed bin Salman, that he's gonna, if he becomes president, he's gonna turn Saudi Arabia into a pariah nation. That's why she keeps saying that. So Serre was apparently referring to US President Joe Biden election campaign remarks where he pledged to make Saudi Arabia a pariah following the 2018 assassination of journalist Jamal Khashoggi by rogue killers at the Saudi consulate in Turkey, in Istanbul. So this is then Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Thursday that he supported Saudi Arabia's possible accession to BRICS group. Of course, following his visit to Saudi Arabia in October, President of South Africa Cyril Ramaphosa said that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud had expressed desire to join the BRICS. Earlier this month, the Saudi-led OPEC Plus group announced it would slash oil production by 2 million barrels of crude oil a day due to declining demand caused by a slowing global economy and others, right? In response to the decision, the United States activated its threats and blackmail, said it would review its bilateral relationship with Saudi Arabia, but Riyadh underscored it did not aim to harm Washington, added that it was solely based on economic forecasts. And I'm quoting, I don't think it's right for Biden to threaten Saudi Arabia given what we have been doing with our sanctions and the price of oil, she said. The danger is that we do have the nuclear arsenal. I fear we have some people who have absolutely no conscience who are prepared to unleash hideous destruction of people. That's why it's very urgent that we get off the trajectory that we are on. Saudi Arabia's desire to have more than just a petroleum producing economy should be respected, she added. Well, of course, you can't just have that. Petroleum is going to go out, or if something imposes sanctions on you, you're done, basically, right? So it's going to be a big deal if Saudi Arabia would join BRICS, because they are going to be closer into the new alliance, new club, as I said it. New club, and the new club will be under the protection of China and Russia, and it's like a neighborhood, you have a neighborhood and you have gangs that ask for protection. If you don't give them protection, they're going to smash your windows and they're going to beat you up until you pay up. The thing is, you have another group that's becoming stronger, and they're going to say, hey, you know what, you call us if these guys are demanding protection, and they come and fight with the other guys, or go and smash the windows of the businesses that are under the other group's protection, therefore creating problems over there. So that's basically what it is. You come here, I'm going to protect you, I'm going to punch the other guy in the face. That's what it is. But you're mine, and you know that I'm protecting you for some advantages. That's how it works in the United States. Is when they hear alliances or friendships, that's bullshit. There's no such a thing. The alliance is a temporary ganging on someone else. That's what it is. I mean, it's like that guy has a very nice watch and we want it, or I want it. I drag you with me, I punch the guy in the face. I justify it as being he did something wrong. I need a watch, I get a watch, and now I toss you away because I got a watch. And then we go and see something else, someone got a new car, I grab all these guys, beat the guy up, I push them away, and I get the car. This is basically what the United States did. And ganging on others. These are the alliances. When my interest doesn't coincide always with your interest, but you owe me, because I know I'm going to smack you around. And besides, some of you are under my occupation willingly, if you can believe that. And you ask for my armies to protect you from Russia. And including nuclear weapons, like right now once Finland, Sweden, and Poland. They all want nuclear weapons, or they're okay with that. Poland asked for it, and the other two said, yeah, we're open to having them. And troops in peacetime. Really? Because Russia is going to attack you tomorrow. That's just a racket here. But anyway, sorry for the people, but those are their leaders, elected through democratic measures and system. And anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.